Stony Brook University has over 20,000 students. It boasts one of the largest, most diverse body of students of all New York State universities. It is common knowledge that Stony Brook is a school that is most known for its science and math-focused curriculums. That is what is most laid out in the advertisements and what most people associate with the school. What most people don't realize is that the diversity of the student body isn't just based on race, nationality, and background, but also interests. A vast number of Stony Brook students do not come here with a clear-cut plan for the future. Instead, they look at a university of this size to offer a multitude of paths for exploration. Unfortunately, Stony Brook, along with many other universities in this country, have had to cut back and focus on their main components while the rest get neglected. All the forms of student media on this campus have seen their ups and downs, some finding success within the campus and others turning into nothing. sbutv was first started in the early 90s as a club at Stony Brook University. The club offered experience in all the foundations found in a professional television station. The students who worked within the club gained skills in filming, editing, scripting, and the overall experience of managing a television station. Our equipment provided students with an opportunity to create their own content and have it broadcast on a closed-circuit network that most of their peers had access to. sbutv, while never quite reaching the mass popularity it tried to, offered many media-inclined students a stepping stone into the field of both television and film production. A school like Stony Brook University does not offer a degree in hands-on production, nor do they offer a large number of classes for its media-inclined students. For over a decade, sbutv helped Stony Brook students enter the competitive field of production by giving them a chance to mold their experiences into something tangible. The offices of sbutv were once located in the Student Union Media Wing. This wing holds the meeting rooms for almost all the student-run media on campus. Student media is an important part of Stony Brook life for many students, yet it is often overlooked by the majority. I have been with sbutv since my freshman year at Stony Brook University, and have gone from being a member of the club to being elected on the e-board and finally acting as president. During my first year as president, the club was going through a transitional period with an entirely new elections board. Not all that much content was being created. Seeing as we ran as a pre-professional station, our annual budget was relatively high for a student club. In 2010, looking only at the numbers, the student government decided to institute a swift end for sbutv. Without expressing concern or any communication whatsoever with the established members of sbutv, the student government froze the club's budget and locked its members out of their offices. Through a large amount of political sway and the withdrawal of information, sbutv was officially cut off from the money, equipment, space, and staff that it needed to run properly. Stemming from this was the USG Act to restructure sbutv. Through this, the student government was able to take full control over sbutv. Even though sbutv has acted like a club and been treated like a club ever since its inception, it is technically filed as a quasi-independent agency of the USG. This meant that our purpose is to serve the student government, and since we are not a public club, everything we have and create is their property. At the time, the existing members of sbutv tried to gain back their club, but those who wanted it gone simply knew how to play the system better. Nothing that was done to sbutv was technically illegal or against the rules, but the morality of it was still in question. After the club was disbanded, I could not accept the idea that getting rid of an organization as unique and rare as sbutv would benefit the students. Instead, I decided to go out and find those dedicated students and attempt to rebuild sbutv essentially from the ground up. All forms of student media have some sort of representation on this campus, but today there is no place for students and the production of television. The startup has been a slow process, but a certain number of students are really showing their dedication.
Hello, my name is Angelo Lamachino, and I'm a freshman here at Stony Brook University. In high school, I worked on video production, and I was in charge of the whole program. I did big things there, and I want to do big things here too. I'm a psychology major with a media arts minor, and although it's just a media arts minor, I truly do care about this program, and I am giving it my all.
Every semester, handfuls of freshmen arrive at Stony Brook University who may or may not be interested in getting hands-on production experience. While there are schools that specialize in hands-on practice, a school of this size should be able to give an incoming freshman the well-rounded overall experience they might be looking for. After all, how can someone learn to love a craft if they cannot give it a try?
Because of my video production skills in high school, I absolutely had to have that in college. When I was checking out schools, that was number one or number two on my list, having a television studio at the college of my choice. And so I called ahead of time, and I found out that Stony Brook University had a TV station, but that it was struggling. And I took that as, I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to take this program and launch it into space, basically. I feel as though the media clubs on campus are the most important clubs on campus, and really get the news out there. And for Stony Brook University to to have one of those programs is a really good idea, because students like me who come to this school for that kind of stuff gets the opportunity to work with that outside the classroom. Let's say if it's not my major, then I could still have fun with it and explore my interests a little more. And just the fact that like there's diversity of clubs on campus is good enough reason to have a student media program here.
One of the main arguments for the closure of sbutv was that television is a dying medium and it simply isn't worth paying for to keep it going. We at sbutv never denied that new technologies have affected viewership, and we are working towards moving our content online. The actual broadcast television part of sbutv was simply one aspect, but even without our equipment, we can still keep the idea of student-made content alive.
Everyone knows now that the internet is starting to take over, and some people may think that television is out of date, but I think that television will never die. I think that television might move to the internet, but I feel as though the idea of the processes behind television will always stay alive. If we don't have a TV station, let's say, if we don't have a TV channel, we can still produce content online and still, give the students their voice and just spread the news and sports news and any kind of news that way. I think it's important for students to be able to have that connection to their community through the television network.
Currently, sbutv is working on a number of projects to both help students gain production experience as well as building awareness for the club. At the end of the 2012 spring semester, sbutv will be hosting a short film festival. The festival will showcase any short films produced by Stony Brook students. It will be a way to encourage creativity in the campus and spread the word that sbutv has not gone away. Leading up to the festival, the club has held other successful events like our filmmaking mixer and other various workshops. sbutv is not letting our lack of budget or equipment stop us, and instead we have been holding various workshops, each based on their own aspects of independent filmmaking. sbutv has learned to grow without the support of others, and our film festival is a way to encourage students to do the same.
Well, if you do your research, Stony Brook University does not have a major in communications or like media related studies, but there is actually a media arts minor. And because of that, some people may say, oh, you can't major in what you want to do, so how are you going to do it? And I say to those people, join these clubs. That's what these clubs are for. And the hands-on experience will be totally beneficial to you in the real world.
I did not stick around to run this organization for something as simple as a resume builder. I am committed to the preservation of student media and feel like Stony Brook is slowly moving towards the elimination of that in order to focus on its more core curriculums. Every year, more and more media clubs are losing funding and something needs to be done. Stony Brook students are some of the brightest in the world, but may never achieve their own potential without the resources to explore their own education.
I'll just keep moving on, 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 moving on. I'll just keep moving on, 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 moving on. Time and time.